So, I'm recording this on short notice, but the Miitopia Discord server has been hacked. This is a pretty big deal considering the server was a Discord partner. This was the closest thing that we had to an official Discord for the Miitopia community, and losing it is a pretty big deal, but what is more worrisome is the fact that it became the host for a lot of malware. To go over what exactly happened, the server owner has been hacked, their account itself was stolen, thus letting the person who took over their account take over the server. They demodded everyone, they deleted a bunch of channels, and they started posting .exe files, which are executables that run a program. If you download and run these files, it will log your Discord token, and it will also take over your account. And I've been told that this can bypass two-factor authentication, so it is a very big deal. Right now, there is currently a Miitopia Refuge server open, which is supposed to take place of the old Miitopia Discord, because there's basically no getting it back unless Discord themselves intervene, and no one's really anticipating that, I feel, especially because no one has been able to contact the server owner thus far. At the current time that I'm recording this, it is uncertain if the Discord server owner is aware that their account was hacked, and no one knows if their other accounts, such as their email and just any other platform, has also been hacked. The real bad thing about this is the Miitopia community is very young, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all, but a lot of the malware files were basically presented as if they were a download for Miitopia 2, or some way to access the rest of the server, because again, they deleted all of the channels that normal members could talk in, so they're presenting it as, to access the full server, you need to download this file, but that is not the truth. It is a malware file that will steal your account and possibly other personal information, so again, do not run these files. The owner of the Miitopia Discord was named Lucky. I'm unsure if they might have changed the account's name by now, the person who stole it. I'm not aware of the current state of the Miitopia Discord, but things are pretty bad. So reading off of a screenshot of the first obvious red flag here, this is a screenshot of the server owner's account, not the actual server owner, saying that Miitopia 2 is now open for testers and bug hunters. The download will be valid for 12 hours for all testers and bug reports. Should be reported through our ticket system. This will be buggy. It's just open for testing and playing around for now. We're limiting the downloads to 100 exclusively for our Discord community. If the download is blocked, turn off antivirus through Chrome to let the game run properly. This is a false detection and will not be launched in the official release. There's obvious problems here, because they're trying to use both excuses for why a virus scan or something akin to that would be popping up and catching this program. They're also trying to fabricate a short supply of this file by saying that it's exclusive, it'll only be available for a certain amount of time, and all that stuff, just to really try and trick people into thinking that this is a real thing, and if you are skeptical and don't take this opportunity, you'll miss out. But again, this is a virus. This is, in fact, a virus. And here's another screenshot of the situation. This is another account. I'm unsure who this is supposed to be, but this could either be the hacker's actual account or someone else who did run the file and got their account stolen. I do notice that there is a crown symbol, which means that when there are no roles for administrator privileges, the owner of the server will have the crown, so I assume that they transferred ownership of the server to their main account. And this message is pinging everyone in the server, saying that if you want access to everything, you need to download and run this file. But again, this is a fake file, it is malware, and will take your account. And again, possibly other sensitive information, because this is not only something that you are giving your Discord information to, but something that runs through your entire computer and something that you would have to let through your antivirus software. So it can take a lot of sensitive information. So, for one, don't click on any of these files if you are still in the Miitopia Discord server. Secondly, if you are still there, you should definitely leave, because there is nothing good that can come from you staying there. Not only is the server being hacked a big deal because a lot of people are being affected by this, and again, a lot of the Miitopia community is younger, so more people are going to fall for this scam, especially when it's coming from what should have been a trusted source, but, has been stolen and is being misused. Losing the Miitopia Discord is a really big deal for me too, because there were the modding channels, which, if you didn't know, they're channels where all the people who make mods for the game, they just talk about stuff, they help each other, they give each other ideas, they tell each other how to do various things, and all of the past messages there are now deleted, or they might as well be, because the server is no good. You should not try and join the server, because obviously it's full of malicious files, links, just everything bad. And I might be repeating myself here, but again, it was a Discord partnered server, so this is a really big deal. There were tens of thousands of people in there, and the server itself being hacked is a very big deal. I'll also go over the timeline of things real quick. When I thought something was up to currently. I think it was yesterday where I saw that the moderators, people who moderate the server, they delete messages, they manage things, all that sorts of stuff, they were saying that they had lost all their privileges, and I thought that, at the time, this was just because of some fault on Discord's end, maybe they were changing around roles and stuff, but as we found out today, things are not like that. They had removed the moderator's privileges so that no one can do anything about the current situation. They took their time trying to basically take over the server, and it took them quite a while to actually post the first malicious file, but they did do it. Not only did they delete all the channels that you could talk in as a normal server member, but they started banning people who spoke out against it in other channels and whatnot. So, yeah. And then the refuge server was made. I believe it was actually being worked on while the mods had lost their privileges, because they might have known that something was up, but were still, hoping for something to be done about the situation. But once the malicious files were posted, they decided to open up the refuge server, which you can tell that it is the refuge server because it took the original logo from the original Miitopia Discord server and inverted the colors, as well as flipped it upside down. So here's what it looks like. Currently, the situation is that ownership of the server seems to have been transferred, which is a very scary thing, since That means even if the server owner were to get their account back, there would be more troubles as the server is now owned by that person. And even if the server was retrieved by Discord staff themselves, we would have still lost a lot of precious text history and information, all that sort of stuff. At the very least, I can say that a lot of information for modding has been preserved, but there has certainly been some things that were lost. Even some things that are in recent history of the server, such as the Miitopian ordeals, we have lost things such as who won the first ordeal set, who had the highest score, that kind of stuff. I'm sure that a lot of the original files for what the challenges on the first Miitopian ordeal set was are still saved by the person who runs the game. I'm sure that those files are still preserved, but all those channels are gone now, and it's just not worth it to try and join the server to see if there's anything that can be retrieved, because it's a very dangerous server right now. The situation, well, it does seem pretty dire. There's not much at stake anymore because what has been lost has already been lost, and there is a new server currently available. So, yeah, there's not much else that can really be done about it. And of course, the first thing that I did when I found out about all this is remove any link to the Miitopia Discord from my channel so that no one ended up joining there, or at least I could prevent as much as possible. But yeah, I will have to re-upload the mods that I have released that are not on Game Banana, because some of my mods are released on Game Banana, but I prefer to have them on the Miitopia Discord. So I'll have to re-upload those mods onto the Discord, and I will use the new link for the server so that everything's in order. And this affected a lot of people. A lot of people are scared because they did download the files. They were, trusting. And while I personally would never trust that kind of thing, it's understandable, especially, again, a younger audience, which is why I wanted to act as fast as I could on this. I wanted to inform everyone, and I wanted to make sure that there was no connection to the Discord server, because I am aware that a lot of my audience would have been affected by this. Things such as me making competitions and the Miitopian ordeals are also on hiatus because things are quite chaotic right now, and everything needs to be put into order, needs to be sorted, all that kind of stuff. There's still a lot of people who haven't found their way to the new server, and it's definitely going to take a long time for that to happen. There's also the fact that even things such as the art channel or the me sharing channels, those have also been deleted, so a lot of artwork is just gone. I'm sure that all of the artists have their things stored in some way, but not everyone does keep a file on them because they're not afraid to lose the artwork once it's posted, but a lot of things have been lost. So this is just quite the unfortunate event all around, and I wanted to make a video on this to inform everyone and to kind of make a note about this moment in the community, because this is a really big deal. Just remember, stay safe, do not download any malicious files, especially if it's trying to call itself something like Miitopia 2, because I just want you to think about this, and think about this whenever a future situation arises. Nintendo is a Japanese company, so a server that has no affiliation with Nintendo, a Japanese company, especially when it is owned by who I do assume is an American person, tries to claim that there is a beta for this big company's game on the server, you should not trust it. Especially because a lot of AAA games are not known for having a beta that would be trusted to some people in a Discord. I just want you to keep these things in mind and stay safe about things regarding this current situation. The person who hacked the server owner's account, they acted very slowly, so who knows if someone else's account has been taken and they're still trying to work their way into the new server. The motives of this person are still unclear because they don't seem to be promoting anything, but they are taking people's accounts. Many accounts have been put at risk, and many have also been lost. So, yeah, just stay safe.